And welcome on back to Multithon 2024, supporting our friends at Blue Path. My name is Joker, and we are ready here for the any percent run of Whiplash by Jaxler. And Jaxler, I've been so excited for this game. I've loved it to death for years. I cannot wait to see it destroyed and pulled apart once again. Please take it away.
Alrighty. What's good, everybody? I'm Jaxler. This is Whiplash. This is one of the video games of all time. If you've never seen this game before, this is a 3D action-adventure platformer game that was made by wonderful folks at Crystal Dynamics, same people who made like Tomb Raider, Enter the Gecko. They also made this. So this is a game in which you play a weasel chained to a rabbit, and it goes about as you would expect. This game is mega broken. It goes by mega fast, so apologies in advance because I'm going to be throwing a lot of words at you very quickly. But with that being said, I'm going to start counting in from 4, and then we'll start time when I say go, alright? So it's not going to be as soon as I press A here, so there's a little bit of a... It's on first input, so... Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! Alright, welcome to Whiplash, everybody. Anyway, we're already out of bounds. So this game has a brilliant piece of movement tech called triple jumping, where if you do jump, light attack, heavy attack, you basically trick the game into thinking you're in a grounded state while midair, and it lets you have both of your double jumps back. And it lets you do some nonsense. So I just beat up that scientist right there for his fruit snacks. So there are these things called hyper snacks. They look like fruit snacks, so I'm just going to call them fruit snacks, that give you a little bit of XP whenever you pick them up. And you want to make sure you want to get at least three fruit snacks, or sorry, 6 total fruit snacks from the scientists on our way through the first bit of the game here. So yeah, no, you're a weasel chained to a rabbit. You cause massive amounts of property damage. This game rules. And yeah, so I believe 4 fruit snack pouches here. So we're gonna beat up another scientist right here, and there's our 6. Nice. Okay. So next, logically, I'm going to set my rabbit on fire. That's going to trigger the smoke alarm and allow us to get through that door. And we're going to see another triple jump right here. That's just going to let us skip a little bit of a switchback section right there. So again, those triple jumps, like, it's just like a weird animation cancel sort of thing that you do mid-air. You can either do them as like a triple jump or a quadruple jump, and you'll actually see me do a quadruple jump here in a moment. But it's pretty precise timing. I'm essentially like rolling my thumb between A, X, and B really quickly. That's a quad jump right there. We're just going to go through that wall right there. So, generally speaking, the way this game's built is that they did not make... Like, they assumed that with 2 jumps that, like, they didn't need to put ceilings on things. And they did not account for the fact that they accidentally programmed 3 and 4 jumps in the game. So, there's going to be a couple of spots where you can just phase through ceilings and walls and stuff like that. And it's going to be responsible for a whole bunch of skips. So for example, right here, I can actually get on top of this security terminal. I said we can get on top of this security terminal. There we go. I mean, we can use these light fixtures up here as platforms in order to skip a puzzle right there. And then I can do, nice, a quad jump right there, and then we land out of bounds. And then we can pass by the security guard from underneath the floor, and going out of bounds through here is going to let us get past this, like, glass door right here. There's normally, like, this big... like planet Earth sculpture in that room over there that you're supposed to knock down 4 supports for in order to like break the glass and get through there, but we just skipped that completely, which I want to say saves about 30 to 40 seconds. So anyways, you're seeing me do a lot of sprint movement, and this is going to sound really dumb, but sprinting in this game works exactly like it does in Dark Souls. You have a sprint meter up in the top left corner, and the more you sprint, the more that meter drains. We don't want our sprint meter to run all the way dry, because if it does, we have to wait all the way until it fully replenishes. So I'm actually going to stop sprinting before I run out of stamina, so that way I can continue to sprint later when it's more appropriate. So, yeah, no, the sprint management mechanics are literally just like you see in Dark Souls runs. It's very funny. It's a very funny little coincidence. So we're doing a little bit of movement through here. We're gonna head into the main major hub area of the game. But before we do anything, we're gonna quick save and log out. So there's a couple more fruit snack pouches that I want, but they're currently not loaded into the game because we broke the game so hard. So we are going to go ahead and reload the map so we can grab those for later. We really want to grab these fruit snacks for our rabbit Redmond, because if we grab enough, we can get to level 4, which actually buffs his damage output. So that gets us level 3, and then towards the end of the run, we'll have level 4. So hitting level 3 there means I'm on the correct route. So we're doing pretty good through here. And so once we get these last couple of snacks and pick up the hover upgrade, we're going to start to do hub skip, which is one of the hardest tricks in the run. I'm going to be doing a razor thin margin out of bounds sequence where I have to be both kind of in and out of bounds in order to keep moving. I'm going to save there for safety. We're going to triple jump off the safe platform just like that. And then there's going to be another hole in the wall right here because it's too small. All right, and this is the hard part. I'm going to shut up for a second here while I line this up. One, two, 3, 4. Oh, I landed back and down. Okay. So that's like the best way that you can fill that, because if you fall, you void out. So normally I just take the quit and reload. But either way, that normally would be like a minute gone. All right, let's see if I get this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2. There we go. Okay. So the platforms that like extend out of bounds here are for the most part really small. So the best way to like get through there is to have like 1 foot inside the wall and 1 foot outside the wall in order to get through there. So that skips, I would say, a couple hours of gameplay, and then immediately after that we're gonna go skip a couple more with what's called keycard skip. So I'm gonna do it real quick, and then I'll explain exactly what this is skipping, but just know that we're about to skip like 90% of the game right here. Okay, there we go. So we do an out of bounds clip right there, and we're gonna do a triple jump from out of bounds in order to avoid some kill triggers right there. And we're gonna do a quad jump up here over this ceiling. Oh, I didn't get there? Dang, that's unfortunate. All right. So we have to use this security orb in order to get up there. I'm gonna dash for safety here, and then we can just clip right through here, go through the elevator, and we just skip 95% of the game. So the way that the game is set up is that there's like 7 major like areas. You can call them levels, but like 7 like major wings of the game that have a boss at the end of each that you're supposed to revisit and grab a key card from. And with all 7 key cards, you can go past that security orb and up this elevator. However, the elevator is always loaded regardless of how many key cards you have. So we just skipped all of them. So for context, an all key cards run is like somewhere in like the hour to hour 15 range, I believe. And this run takes about 25 minutes or so. Also, we just did another wall clip right there. Don't worry about it. I just vibrated into the corner and the game just stopped trying. So essentially, from this point in the run, we're just trying to get straight to the final boss as fast as possible because we skipped all the intended progression points on the game. And then hopefully by the time I get through this later section, I'll have all the fruit snacks that I need to get right into level 4 here. It's a little early. And so there's going to be another set of 3 fruit snacks that are going to spawn in after I walk a certain distance. And then that's going to get us to level 4. And then I got to do a really tricky quad jump right here. Not quite. Pretty much need max height here. Alright, we'll take some turn. Nice. So that skips using those swinging anchors over there in order to get up to this elevator right here. And now we're going to be going up the ventilation section now. So yeah, I realized that we just did a whole lot in about 7.5 minutes. But yeah, that's Whiplash, everybody. So, I know this game probably sounds like really goofy, really silly, really bizarre. This game's actually, like Joker was saying, this game is a banger. This game frickin' rules. It's like legitimately a really fun game to play casually. Like, there's so many areas to go explore and do. The platforming is tight, it's snappy. And it's almost like one of the most hilariously written games I've ever played. It's made by the same team who did like Gex Under the Gecko, the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver games. I know there's apparently a bunch of like references like making fun of those games in this game's writing. I wouldn't know because I haven't gotten around to Soul Reaver 1 yet, which it's on my list, but yeah, no, we're just gonna inflate this rabbit in order to climb up the ventilation shafts. Just normal Whiplash things. So while we're working on this, Joker, do you have anything to share with the people?
Well, absolutely. First, I do want to remind you here, since we're almost I know we're probably 3/4 of the way through the run at this point. We did hit that opening cutscene incentive, so after the run, we can go ahead and take a look at that opening cutscene and see the actual lore of the game. And let me tell you, the lore of this game is actually really neat as to why you have an indestructible rabbit chained to you. We do have a donation here from Thomas Zedank Engine, donated $5 and said, "Holy, holy, holy, holy." There. Now I owe a nice uneven $5. Thank you, Thomas, for that donation and for continuing the whole continuing everything going on from our Golf It run earlier, which was very fun and very entertaining to watch. But yeah, we're just casually doing things to this rabbit that should not be possible, right, Jaxler?
No. Oh yeah, no, it's yeah. I don't even know. It's just like, please play this game. It's so good. I'm doing the run on the original Xbox because of faster load times, but there's also a PS2 version as well. Do yourself a favor. It's so good. It's peak. You know what they say. It's peak. I think that's what the kids say nowadays. But I also just want to say I completely I would have done that at the start of the run if I had known. I forgot we had an incentive for the opening cutscene. I'm so sorry about that. We'll go watch that after the credits roll, assuming the game will allow me to. Otherwise, I can just restart the console. It's worth it. The opening cutscene's pretty funny. I don't know if it'll necessarily explain anymore, because this isn't a game that you can explain. It's more so a game that you can experience, right? I don't know, but anywho, we're making our way through ventilation here, and so coming up, we're going into like the space hangar part, because basically the lore of this game. Well, I don't know. Should we save the lore for the cutscene? I don't know. All you gotta know for right now is we're going through like a space hangar because they want to put animals into space. Long and short of it. And so there's gonna be like the rest of like the really, really hard like skips are gonna be in that section. There's a lot of one of the big things that one of the big things that we ended up skipping with keycard skip was getting an upgrade in the medical wing that allows us to grapple to electrified grapple points. And we don't have that, obviously, so that's going to cause some issues for us a bit down the line in the hangar. You're also going to notice that we are just throwing the bunny into the machine. Don't worry about it. Look, we have a skeleton key, and that skeleton key just so happens to be a talking rabbit, okay? I don't make the rules. Anyway, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna triple jump up to this yellow thing. I don't know what it is. And then I'm gonna triple just seemingly into the middle of nowhere here. This is actually going to hit a death trigger in a later section of the level, which essentially teleports me to that section. And then we're gonna triple jump around here. And then instead of having to deal with all the obstacles over there, we can just take this shortcut right here and then cap it off with a triple jump at the end. Alright, and so now we're coming into the electricity skip that I was talking about. You're supposed to have that upgrade in order to deal with these electrified grapple points. Also, shoutouts to the Space Monkeys. Must free. We're gonna need Space Monkeys. And so, I'm gonna be kind of just spouting, like, words and numbers and code words doing it, because it's really hard. It's a very specific setup. And so I use, like, the numbers and counting to help me line it up, so... Starts with a triple jump here to get kind of sort of out of bounds. You're really not supposed to be up here. And then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1. Oh, I accidentally hit attack. That setup was like perfect, and I just accidentally fat finger the wrong button. Alright, let's give that another shot. Okay, and Randomman says no. Cool. Give me just 1 second here. Yeah, this is like arguably the hardest skip in the run, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can actually feel my insides. Kind of tickles.
That might have been early.
There's gotta be a
yeah,
better
that was
way.
early. Okay.
Not sure what it is, but I'm sure that could be one.
This is why the estimate is about a half an hour. It's because of this skip and the final boss, as we'll see a bit later. Yeah. I'm basically using the visual cue of those grapple points rising to the top of their arc. That was a little early. 2, 3. Gonna have to adjust. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looking better.
So that's your
Beautiful.
whole
Nice.
plan.
Okay, we'll take your
Mindless
turn.
destruction, that's it. No
A little
permanent
rough,
surgeon,
but it
just
happens,
needless
you know?
maniacal crazy chaos.
That's legitimately a really tough strat right there, so... Yeah, we've got 3 more meat grinders here that we gotta unlock with our good Fred Renman before we make our way into... Oh, and I died. Awesome. Well, you know, Joker, this would be a great time if you have anything to share with us. Because I just don't.
I absolutely do here, Jaxler. So we got a little bit of time here. We have I've just received word from our producers that we have unlocked a new milestone incentive for the Kingdom Hearts 2 run, which will be at the end of the day tomorrow on Saturday. That is the Sephiroth fight during Kingdom Hearts 2. So, milestone incentives. This is a $2,500 incentive, which means if we can reach $2,500 donated by the end of the Kingdom Hearts 2 run tomorrow night, we're gonna watch our friends Zoljalix and DJ Fatso take on the one-winged angel himself. I know we can do it. I saw the donations go up very, very fast not too long ago here, so we have plenty of time. So please get your donations in. Let's see that extra fight, and don't forget to put it towards our open incentives. We still have some bid wars open. We do have the full clear the final level from Peggle Deluxe and Peggle Knights. It's gonna be, there's a lot for you to put your donations towards, so let's see that Sephiroth fight.
This last one in particular is so long. Alright, so our Rabbit is sufficiently pulverized, so we're going to go ahead and use that to make our way over to the final boss now. So the final boss is normally split into like 3 phases, but we're going to skip the first 2 completely with some really cool strats here. So we're going to start and just sort of hover over this room. Oh, almost fell there. Alright. So, there's no stealing here, actually. It's just decorative, so we're just going to triple jump right through it, and then we're going to destroy all these bookcases and the library here. And so, this is a part of, like, the second phase of the boss fight, but we can actually end up, like, all of the geometry and all, like, the code for all this stuff still works, even though that part of the fight isn't active yet. So we can go ahead and summon the first half of the Council of the Monkey right there, and we're going to do another cool strat here. In order to quad jump up here, triple jump up here, that gets us up and over the invisible wall for the other half of the Council of Monkey and the Skunk Squad. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This game's got the Council of Monkey, it's got everything. And so, by doing that, that basically tricks the game into thinking that we have finished Phase 2 for the most part, and so it's going to start to do the things under the hood it needs to do for Phase 3, although it's going to take a little bit for it to do so, because the game's just kind of confused. I know that's a cliche line, but I literally have no other way to describe it. So the final boss is very dangerous. He can 2-tap us very easily. He's the CEO of Genron, so, you know, not a very good guy, right? And so the way that you deal damage to him is there are these 2 skunks, the Skunk Squad, that, oh, I might just die. Yep, I will just die. Yeah, so that's what you gotta be careful of, right? Is you will just immediately die if you so much as breathe incorrectly in this boss fight. And so what I need to do is get the skunks into position to spray their radioactive skunk stuff. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a skunk expert. I gotta be very careful though, because he has like an instant transmission attack that he likes to do that is very dangerous. So I gotta be a little careful here. And so essentially what I'm doing is trying to get as much damage in as I can while I'm still inbounds here. And then once I like take damage from him and it becomes unsafe to continue working on the fight from here, then I will do kind of a cheese strat in a sec here. So the main reason I'm going for this is because the safe strat, obviously it's like pretty much 99% safe, but it's a little bit slower because you're relying on well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Not a core mechanic.
I am going to get out of here, and I'll show you the cheese strat. So again, we're only like level 4, so our damage on this fight is pitiful. So what we're gonna end up doing is flipping back out of bounds here and just destroy him through the wall. And so all of these like glass walls are supposed to disappear during after the conclusion of phase 2, but because we didn't do phase 2 properly, they just don't. So no worries, right?
Not the suit. Anything but the suit.
Yeah, so we're gonna be sitting here for a little bit. Uh-oh. Danger. Huh? So that's something that can happen during the fight too, is you can accidentally like just walk back through the wall. And you don't want that to happen because that removes your win condition of becoming untouchable. I'm just gonna... This is a long fight, so I apologize in advance, but I'll just go ahead and start by shouting out the Multithon crew for letting me show off this game as a solo run. This game is just so fun. It's so goofy. It's a life-changing kind of a game, you know, and I'm always glad to be able to introduce people to it or remind them that it exists. I'll just take this moment to shout out as well the other people who kind of hang out in the Whiplash community and Discord server as well. Getting you all here, y'all the best. Oh god, I did it again. So I really need to make sure I don't die, because if I do, I lose like several minutes. So trying to get us back on track here, you know. trying not to contribute to the problem.
Not the suit. Anything but the suit.
It plagues like every marathon, which is oops, overestimated. Not gonna let that happen here. We're not gonna fall to the CEO again on here. Not on my Alright, so the skunks are actually in pretty good alignment. I don't think that's necessarily because I'm manipulating the flywall that well. It's because I keep accidentally popping back in downs, and it kind of just gives the skunks a better opportunity to align. But what you're kind of looking for is the skunks to be on offset cooldowns, or like an offset rotation. Because if both skunks activate on the boss at the same time, then it pretty much is as if the second skunk never used its ability. Alright, so now he's tilted at the towers, that's very good. And so I'm doing a little bit of movements here as well to make sure that I keep him in a position where I can actually still hit him. And one of the big issues with this fight too is the Council of Monkey, because they can put him in the block stun, but they don't damage him at all. So I have to actually be very careful with how I manip this fight to make sure that they don't push him with the block stun away from the wall, right? There's also one or two attacks that he can do that can reach me through the wall if either my spacing is incorrect or it's like the one attack and I'm on the ground. The shockwave will go through the wall. But that's a very rare attack to have happen, but it's also, it is very telegraphed, so it's just another thing you kind of have to keep on the mental stack, right? Right. Okay, yeah, so that instant transmission attack can sometimes reach through the wall if you're too close to it. But despite all of my mistakes, the Council of Monkey and the Skunk Squad, that's the other attack. That's the shockwave that goes through the wall. They're all just kind of treating me nicely here, so yeah, just kind of waiting on the skunks here. If any of you all are interested in like trying to learn the run for this game, I actually have a full tutorial for the game on YouTube. It's actually on GDQ's channel. It was like a live tutorial done on the GDQ Hot Fix called How to Train a Speedrunner. And that has like a full demonstration on like all the speed tech through here and everything like that. So it's actually a pretty straightforward run to learn. You know, a couple of the tricks are tough. It's a fun, short little run, so. And if this is not your thing, you could do the run with, like, in-game cheat codes, which gives you, like, infinite health, so this boss isn't easier, and the skips are easier. Yeah, time is going to be coming up soon. It is going to be on final hit. However, when we get that final hit, it is, again, dependent on the Skunk Squad making their way over here. The monkeys have been great for me today. It's just the skunks have been a little bit on the slower side, but that's no big deal. Alright, let's see if I can get him in this opening. Probably not. Oh, we got the other skunk though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes if the skunks like don't they overlap too much on their skunk stun, then it doesn't quite give you the opening you want. He's tilted out the towers again. Getting on time. Alright, that's time. Alright. Well, that was Whiplash. Hold on, this cutscene's great
Did you
too.
know
Oh, let's listen.
that weasels and rabbits are natural enemies in the wild? I'm fired.
I'm fired.
Attention. T-minus 30 seconds.
Oh, I freaking love this game.
Everyone board the ship.
All right, thank you all again for letting me run this game here. I will plug this as well because it's relevant to this event. I'm actually going to be running again later tonight. I'll be in the SpongeBob movie versus BFB Rehydrated race with Legally Sam. You should stick around for that.
Is that everyone?
Oh,
that
don't forget.
No!
Don't forget the opening cutscene if we can get back to it.
Oh yeah, I can't skip this. So, but this cutscene's peak anyway. So I think everyone's getting their money's worth. And I also went 7 minutes underestimated. So I think Oh, hey, it's the nurse again. So she's like the romantic side plot sort of thing, and we just like never see her. She's actually the one who gives us the upgrade for like the electric swing things, but nope, she's going to space with a bunch of animals. She like falls in love with an animal. It's really weird. Anyway, you should play Whiplash for the Microsoft Xbox and Sony PlayStation. If anybody,
It's got plot. Yes.
it does. We're also gonna have a great line from Redmond here.
Dude, that bites. Seriously.
Dude,
Maybe we can sue someone.
bites.
Well, I am one.
Oh my goodness, this game
Guess
is
we better
huge. So
scare up some
yeah,
din-din, huh?
I unfortunately
Maybe we can
can't
find my
skip
mother.
any of this. I think until we get to the
And in
credits.
that moment,
But
Weasel
yeah,
and
thank you all for
Rabbit will
donating
no
for the
longer
incentive
be
for the opening cutscene as well.
Okay.
Again, my apologies
Let's
for
do it.
completely forgetting
And
that.
so is
but-
wild that the mighty corporation
If you want, we can probably switch to our intermission screen if you want to restart your Xbox. We can fulfill that incentive, and we can take a quick break while you do so.
Yeah, well, the cutscene is like just about to end, so I can. I've never. Well, normally when I like PP or finish a run, I just like skip roll. So I'm just gonna double check that I can actually skip the credits. I should be able to.
Will you shut up already? I'm getting a migraine.
Getting a migraine. I freaking love the writing. It's so funny. All right. Come on. Oh, there's this part of the cutscene too. Yeah, this is like another gag that is like repeated throughout the game that we just don't get to see. Okay, yeah, no, I can't skip these credits. All right, can we go to the intermission real quick? My bad. Give me a sec.
Yeah. We'll take ourselves a very, very quick break. We can get Jaxler to restart the Xbox. We'll be right back in just a few moments with that opening cutscene incentive. So stay tuned. The lore is something else. You're gonna want to see this. Oh, we're so back. I will say one of the things I love about those older generation of consoles is that they boot up real quick.
Oh yeah. All right, so Whiplash will save our progress automatically, and we're gonna go ahead and watch that opening cutscene. It's peak, and it'll describe the. You know, it probably doesn't make as much to see the lore after the fact rather than before the fact, but I mean, this game doesn't make sense anyway, so it's like you know. Alright, and I will actually shut up and let you all enjoy the cutscene that y'all donated for. Forgot how long this camera pan is. Oh my god.
Genron. Admit it, life is boring. Reality doesn't cut it. Doesn't your everyday routine just sap your soul? Don't you wish life had more zest, more verve, more, I don't know, elan? Well, now there's meaning to your awkward existence. The Genron Corporation. Genron is dedicated to bringing you the most exciting products this side of your face. No idea is too grand. No technology too advanced. We're about you. All about you. Look. Just look. Isn't that fantastic? And what about this? Doesn't that make you smile a big one? But how in the name of science do we do it? Lean in close. The secret is animals. Yes, animals. You often see them wandering the streets, bored and penniless, crapping all over your station wagon. And though they seem hopelessly dumb, we here at Genron overlook their lack of previous job experience and put them to work in our factory, testing the latest in our amazing line of products. And if that doesn't work, we merge them into new and improved animals in our genetic recombinator. Using this machine, which you have no hope of ever understanding, we can combine two animals into one. Can you imagine a weasel rabbit? Don't you love it? Say you love it. Genron.
Genron. Oh, you this game's just, it's so
Oh my
good.
God, get away from that.
Might be worth mentioning as well, this cutscene's unskippable if we start from a file, because we can't skip this cutscene otherwise.
We're out.
But anywho.
I can't believe it. We're out.
That guy. I love the lore dump of Redmond being a Gemini. I don't know why there's star signs. And Spanx is the Leo. Spanx is the Weasel, by the way.
I love this game so much.
Yeah, no, and then it just puts you in the tunnel, and then the run starts. So that's what we should have done, but I beefed it. So, but that's the opening cutscene. So I hope you all enjoyed that, because I freaking love that cutscene, and I never get to show anybody it. So
I know I enjoyed it so much, and I implore you, if you have the ability to, if you have the older consoles, and if you have the ability to look around at your local stores to find it, I implore you to go try to find this game and play it through casually. This was one of my favorite games growing up, and it's just wild through and through. Thank you so much, Jaxler, for presenting this game for us. It was a blast.
absolutely, and thanks for hosting. Make sure to drop by for Flushed Away and the Bob Race as well later on tonight. Catch you all later.
Before you go, where can folks find you if they want to see more of your crazy games that you wild games that you run?
You had to find the words there. I don't blame you. Yeah, if you want to see more of whatever the heck this was, you can find me at twitch.tv/Jaxler1. I stream nonsense like this and a whole bunch of others. And if you want speed game recommendations, come find me. I have a spreadsheet of like 70 plus games. Yeah, that's all for me. Catch you all in a bit.
Thank you so much, Jackson. We are going to take ourselves another quick break as we do move forward to Flushed Away, continuing our silly block here at Multithon. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Just a few moments. We'll be back.